and welcome to Stormlord's Wrath. I have my sirenscapes really, really loud. Hang on. It's a loud cave. Alright. On to our synopsis. We'll just get right into it. Last week on Stormlord's Wrath, Talos is causing problems for the ship, brewing up a violent storm, lightning, thunder, and a ship in the distance that was the ship you chose not to take, the ice floe. The Captain Christophin, a white dragonborn, orders cannons fired after Vilfin fires a warning shot at the bow, as asked by the first mate. Captain Tar tells them on the signal to get to the rowboats as she plans to distract Talos with something a bit bigger. Zenora has used her druid knowledge to help the crew should they fall into the waters below and give them a fighting chance to survive. Tar gives Xenothor a loving embrace, tells him to take care of himself as she goes toward the wheel, giving them the signal. You guys cut the ropes, dropping into the waters. As you row towards the shore, you are descended upon by manticores throwing their tail spikes at the ship, an invisible stalker flying down and trying to pummel the group, and crabs trying to upend the boats. Ema cleverly uses his knowledge to speak to animals and convinces the crabs to leave with some rations, kind of evening the odds. Once on the shore, as Tar had warned you, traps lined the beach to warn the cultists of strangers. Conrad puts his skills to use and disarms them quietly. The lightning and thunder help to disguise all of you, but a loud crash of ships turns you around to see Tar's distraction, ramming directly into the ice floe, splitting her ship into the broadside. On land, the lights of the cultists are shining low in the dusk as they work. A severely damaged ship leans against the ledge. A handful offload crates, boxes, and barrels. They grumble and grouse as this menial labor, agreeing that they didn't seek the power of the Storm Lord to be forced into playing part of glorified longshoremen. They complain about their job as they work into the night. Zenora goes around the corner to get a head count and hand gestures 8 people and sneaks back. You had heard a thunder rumble sound like laughter, and as Zenora motions and moves, it sounds as if the storm god is suddenly angry at something. The storm by the ships gets violent. He's trying to stop something happening out there as the waves like hands attack at the sides, and a roar of thunder across the bows unleashes. The cultists start to shine a light outwards, and you see one of them hold up a spyglass towards the battle. You're not seen yet, Zenora. We're going to get right into it, and I'm going to leave it to you guys right now to decide.
So they've shined a light out
so they're
to
looking
the ocean.
up towards the ocean. You're like right at that part right there.
I'm going to have a look and see what they're looking at.
Yeah, so you would have definitely heard that thunder.
Yeah.
And the waves waves lapping up over the sides. You're going to hear... let's give you an active perception, because it's stormy, and you have high perception.
Yep.
They're going to say stuff.
No, I'm not going to say anything. It's 12.
There's a 12? Alright.
Yeah.
You kind of hear, from what you can pick out, like words like, oh, another ship, kill survivors, Talos must be hungry. Stuff like that, here and there, like bits, you know?
At that, I'm going to move my fire spirit up to me.
Alright.
I'm going to walk to here, and I'm going to flame. I'm going to produce flame and throw it at them. The one right in front of me.
Okay, well, all your team's like shaking their head, like, oh no. So you wanna throw a flame
Mm-hmm.
And shoot it at them.
At the one in front of me.
Alright, I'm going to get into my thing, and then I will do that, and then we're going to roll initiative. You guys see, you're going to see her raise her hand to start. I'm going to let you guys have a chance to see her do that. And you see the fire spirit move. So you have a chance to talk if you want while I'm doing this.
Well, Xenora heard kill those that were on the ship, and she's automatically gone. So that's why.
Alright.
So we're gonna fight them, I guess. I was thinking to offer them like free healthcare or something. They seem very disenfranchised. Nope.
Nope. Alright. Roll.
Okay.
Roll to hit.
Roll what you're going to hit.
I guess we're not planning anything then.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And the fire spirit's out, so I'm not sure whether that's on a spell, or whether I can use that on a cantrip, but it's a fire spell anyway.
Alright.
But that's a 7, and I don't know whether I should roll a d8 since the fire spirit's out.
So when your fire spirit's out, you get an extra d8.
I
if
get an
it's
extra
in with
D8
10
on
feet
it.
of you. Yeah?
It doesn't have to be, it just has to be out.
Okay, yep. Yeah, so you would get it.
So that is 14 damage, fire damage for the one in front.
Okay, 14. Alright, I'm gonna mark that down. Okay, when you guys roll initiatives, Ratalac, what'd you get? I didn't hear you. Have you said anything? Oh, I see a 19. Is that right?
Yeah, 19.
Okay. Why isn't my thingy working? Phil Finn.
19.
19 as well. Ema.
First wasted that 23.
Nice. You waste that nat 20, Ema. Zenora.
Dirty 20.
Net.
Being pissed off, Nate has rolled a 3.
He's like, wait! Ah, Conrad.
8.
Ooh, also pissed off? Or... Alright. Ema, with your ranger reflexes, it looks like you are up as they're like, what? So, you are first.
Oh, I don't want to be first, can I?
You can hold and wait. You can pass.
I'm going to pass.
Okay, you're just going to stay there? You're not moving or anything? You want to,
No.
dodge? Okay. Then Nora, you're back up again, and then Ratalac. So you've hit them with a
Nora.
fireball. You've got a chance while they're distracted. You're, like, all in the confusion.
Yep. So, how far away am I? Sorry, I wasn't expecting. I'm not used to being first.
I know.
Oh, girl. Alright. I'm going to do... Can I do it? I just gotta check for a sec. Give me a moment. Alright. Where... And I'm gonna click here.
All
Can you
right.
see me clicking on it?
No.
Give me a sec. I'll do this. It'll be easy for me.
We can have you go first if you want.
So in there,
45, yep.
I'm going to do Ice Knife. So this one here, and hopefully it will get those two.
Alright.
Don't think I'm going to get that one. So that one there,
All
I'm
right.
going to do Ice Knife. Got to roll to hit.
No to hit.
That will not hit because it's an 8, but they have to do a dex saving throw.
Okay, dex saves. We have kind of high dex. So 22, a 20, and a 5. So 1.
Nothing happens.
Oh, okay. Not even the 5? Do you have a...
Oh, the 5?
Yeah, there's a 5
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, well, then he gets 2d6 cold damage.
Okay, nice. Do you want to roll?
Which
the...
is 4 points of cold damage.
All right.
as my free action, I'm gonna go. If we don't kill them, they're gonna kill them on the ship. We gotta hurry. And that's. I'm going to move over here, and that's what I think I can do. So, and I'll move the fire spirit with me as my bonus action.
All right.
And I can't do that. You have to.
Oh, I don't know why. Should give you want it right there? You want it behind you? You good?
Behind me.
Okay. Put it there. All right. I don't know why the encounter says that Redlack's first, but Redlack is first. So, Redlack, what do you want to do?
How high up is the ship?
It is, I think it did say, but I think we said like 15, 20 feet, I think we said.
Yep.
I feel like it'd be more, but we're going to do that. Nice even number.
15 or 20?
We'll say 20, because it's a ship, so I figure it's pretty tall. Yeah, thank you.
So I think with my 40 feet, I'd probably like just crest the top. I'd be like, hi.
You're going to climb? Okay, you're going to see those cultists up top. All right, and that's all you're doing? You're just moving that far?
I will rage.
All right, so you get your wild magics.
And I will see what my wild magic does. Because that's fun. Wild surge. 7. Flowers and vines.
Around you
that's the 15
the 15 feet. So at their feet and your feet as well, the ship is going to be covered with lovely flowers and vines wrapping down. They don't know what to make of this. And that's it for you. The first spy that got the lightning, or the firebolt, is obviously going to come up here. He is going to use his short sword for a net 24 and a 10. So 8 plus 4 is, so that's 10 on that first one.
10 misses and
yeah, and the other one misses.
natural.
That's right. So it'd be 10 and 5. So 15 on you.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to move all these guys. Okay. We're gonna move this guy up to here. He's also gonna try and hit you. He's gonna miss with the 6 and a 10. So that's no good. These other ones are gonna go up to Redlack. I hope you kill these because I have to go through all this stuff. 21. Hit. Yeah. And a 23. So they're both dirty, but that would be 5 and 8 piercing. So I think that's half for you. The other one is also going to come up to Redlack, as he can see him. Ooh, he's got a nat 1. So he might actually hit the guy next to him, because with a 3. All right. How many we got more? I'm going to make some adjustments on the other ones, making some moves, and it is Vilfin's turn while I do that, because they are not in range of anybody. Vilfin.
Vilfin just moved to the side of the boat, and she probably could climb. Yeah, 40 feet. 15, leaves me about 25. He'll climb up beside that guy there, and he will imitate Redlack's rage, even though nothing really will happen. Just be the whole guttural battle cry, and he'll pull out his battle axe.
I'm going to make this daylight so we can see better for now. Alright.
So
Pulling out the battle axe.
He retrieves a battle axe and will make 2 attacks. 19.
19 hits.
Two-handed as well.
Nice.
So first one will do 8 points of slashing damage.
8, right?
Second one will swing, probably overhead swing the first and a backhand swing into the midsection. Probably miss with a 10.
Yes, gonna miss.
And that's me.
All right, nice. Conrad, and then Nat.
Alright, so Conrad's gonna move. I've just got to use this calculator again. Yep, right there. He's gonna move to here and then attack. This is one.
Nice. Okay, that's
With 2 arrows. With a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Gets 12 points of piercing
Oof.
damage.
Nice.
And 14 to hit, so...
14 hits.
And that one's 10 points of piercing
10
damage.
is exactly what you needed. This guy, where are you hitting him? Just it.
Yeah, two straight in the center mass, towards, near the heart.
All right, down he goes next to the guy, kind of making the other one a little bit nervous. Xenothor, it is your turn.
Nate's going to equip his longsword and shield, and we'll just make a beeline here.
All right.
And he will hold his action to attack if anyone gets in striking distance.
Well, you do have that guy in front of Zenora.
I thought,
This one. No, I took one out. There was 2. So I took one out over here, but this guy's still alive. Right here.
oh, okay, I don't see that one on the map,
Oh.
that's why. But fine,
See,
I
maybe?
will swing at said
That's weird.
target. 8
That's gonna miss.
and 25
25 definitely hits.
for max damage, 13
13.
slashing.
13's exactly what you needed. Jeez, you and Conrad. All right. This guy is felled right in front of you and Zenora. And he is gone.
Nate's not going to use his bonus action, so that will end his turn.
All right. We go back to the top with Ema. You have not moved. It is your turn.
So what's the climbing to the upper ship?
20. It's 20 feet high, so.
So alright, so if I wanted to climb up there, so right on the bow of the ship,
Yeah, it would
It'll-
be.
it'll be my distance from there,
Yep,
10 feet plus 20 up.
yep. That's right.
Okay, sweet, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not with the roller.
Yeah, you gotta switch to the.
So basically stand on the bow of the ship so I can see everyone around me.
All right. So you see 2 guys next to Radlac and Vilfin, and you can pretty much see pretty far. Did you want to make an action?
Yep, I will use Bless
Ooh, nice.
on Bless up to 3 targets
Mhm.
within your range. It's a 30-foot range. So
Yeah, I think it's a higher
pretty much
levels.
everyone.
So you want them? Okay. Yeah, higher level. Are you casting at first level?
Yeah, I'll cast at first
Okay.
level. It just says Bless up to 3.
Okay.
So I'll bless Zenora, Radlac, and Vilfin.
Nora, Radlac, and Vilfin. All right. You guys have bless.
And I would do Nate, but I think Zenora is most likely to attack.
All right. That's it for you.
And I'll dip into my bag and just flick a sprinkling of holy water.
On your
for my thumb.
arrows.
I know, just flicking it in the air because I need it for the spell.
All right, nice. Zenora, it's back to you. You just saw the two fall right in front of you.
Okay. Zenora is going to use her bonus action with her fire spirit to just put a flame seed right. Oh god, I have to do it this way. It's just friggin' easy.
Yeah.
Right in here.
All right, cool. Yeah. How big is that?
It doesn't say. It just says it's a range, and I think I can only hit one target.
Okay, so you can hit this guy. We'll just say if you could put it there. So I lit a little thing, and you could hit that.
Yeah. So Founder decided to be a pain in the ass.
Aw.
But yeah, I'm gonna look on the thing. So yeah, it's just a roll to hit.
And don't forget you gotta bless.
Oh, goody, because that was shite. That is 13.
13 actually hits.
Holy shit. Okay, cool. But it's minimal damage anyway.
Alright.
It's 7 points of fire damage.
Alright.
And they have to make a dex saving. Oh no, sorry, right, no. I'm looking at the wrong one, the one below. No.
Nice.
And for my action, can I take out one of the greater potions of healing and chug it?
Alright, nice. Yep, you can do that.
Okay, so I will do that. That's whatchamacallit, 44 plus 4.
Yeah. And
Right.
Radalac, we'll go to you, because I don't think you're moving, right? You're staying put, Zenora?
And yeah, I'm staying
Okay.
put at the moment.
Radalac, you're up.
So Radalac looks back at Vilfin. He's like, I said what you did there. And as a barbarian, another trick is to attack recklessly. And I'm going to have my axe out, and I'm just going to, like, talking to Vilfin, I'm just going to stab it in the guy next to me on the edge of the boat with a reckless attack.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
That's 26 to
good.
hit.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it.
For 14.
Ooh, 14, nice.
Yep. And I'll be like, but you can only do that once, and I'll turn to look at the guy and hit him again.
If you get him again, roll it.
14,
That
and
hits.
then, yeah, would be plus 4, but we won't worry, because of the bliss. For 17.
So as you're mentoring Vilfin, you're hitting him, and then you hit him again, and he falls off the ship and is no more. So,
Alright,
That
and
is
I
bad.
will step around there, so I'm on the other side, flanking
nice.
this dude.
All right. It is this dude's turn. He is going to come at you. Relax. It's your turning. As you're turning, he's going to try and get you. It's a 10, so he's not going to. This one's going to start to go up, and it doesn't. It sees this imposing figure, Xenothor, but it's going to try to hit anyways, and it's meanwhile saying, Guys, maybe we should stop. It's a nat 20, though. Shit. 8 plus 5 is 13. Yeah, 13. And the second attack is an 8, so that's going to miss. On Xenothor, let me just get a quick look at where everyone's at. What they would probably do. This one's going to go around the back. I've got to... This one's going to come up and help this guy. Gotta do my measurements. He's gonna try and get at Xenothor again for a nat 1 and a God of the nat 1s I'm getting, guys. It's not fair. And a 17 doesn't hit you, does it, Xenothor?
It does not. Not with my shield equipped.
I think they're pretty intimidated. This one, seeing his friend needs help, is going to try and get to the boat. Oh, evil! Thank you. Now, 30 feet's his movement now, so they're going to start coming down. All right. And with that, Vilfin, it is your turn.
Vilfin's going to try something a little different. He's going to wink at Redlac as he scoots around into the flanking position. He's going to sling Mavina's might, and I'm going to try some interesting kung fu shit. I'm going to try and throw this guy off the boat with a judo style flip.
Yes.
So
let's do it.
How are we going to resolve this? Strength versus strength versus dex.
Is it a flip and stuff? I feel like a flip. You have to be pretty dexterous.
He's just going to try and grab him and judo flip him over by using his own weight and stuff against him. Martial arts type stuff.
I feel like it would be dex because you both have high dexes. So yeah, let's do dex versus dex.
Dex versus dex. Okay.
Wait, I have an advantage against you, Evil.
That's right, I got a 19.
I also got a 19. I have a +2 to dex.
I got a +3.
You win.
So yeah, so literally just get into a grapple with him and then just step inside using my lower stature as a little bit of an advantage and pull him over my shoulder and drop him over the side 20 feet to the ground below.
Nice. Okay.
So I believe that's 46 bludgeoning damage for the fall.
Yes, and also Redlax can get an opportunity attack, I think. So you want to roll that for me? The fall damage? Yeah, to give to me? Yeah. Did you give me?
You would get a dex save for half, I would say.
Yeah.
Up to you as DM, but that's how I would play it.
Oof.
So 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
I could have put a bless on top of that and I forgot.
You can if you, well.
It's already been resolved.
It's already done. All right. And Radalax's opportunity attack was 14, yeah?
Got 25 to hit and 8.
That was
8 damage.
8. Oof, Jesus. He's gonna fall right off to the side, and you hear bones start to break as he hits, and he screams out in pain. And are you gonna move, Vilfin, or are you staying put?
I'm just gonna look over the side to see if he's dead or not.
He is still alive, but he is broken.
In that case, I'm gonna jump for 20 feet onto his chest.
Nice. I like it. Let's do it.
So, how you want to resolve that?
I want to say that the fall damage would hit him as damage is what my first reaction would have been. Because don't you have I
got Featherfall, so I can't take damage.
Do you want to punch him as you land or something like that?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Almost like a double stomp or even just a knee, like as a land, knee down to the chest and throat area.
It's not going to take much, so you can unarmed strike or you can do whatever you like.
I'll roll to hit.
Yeah.
I'll do unarmed strike as he drops down. 21.
Yeah, that's going to hit anyway, yeah.
And that'll be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, as you punch him, he's crushed by it as you step on his chest, further breaking his ribs. He is no more. And that is...
I'll just look up and wave back at Red Left.
Conrad, you are down here. It is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to launch 2 arrows at that guy that I just highlighted. At the back.
Oh, I wasn't. Okay, highlight again so I can see.
He's targeted. It's the last guy at the back.
Okay.
Well, the last guy I can see.
The one running away.
I don't know. if
He
he's
looks
running
kind of
away or
like he's
not.
running away, but he's...
I don't know.
Go for it.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I've got to check something. No, wrong character.
6 seconds.
Yes,
And there's a dog
Okay.
crying in the background of this cave
yes, that's what's
somewhere.
annoying me.
Somewhere in the cave you hear a
Okay,
dog.
I am re-rolling because I'm not taking that first roll. Alright, 17 to hit,
17 hits.
13 points of damage,
13. All right.
and 24 to hit,
24 hits.
11 points of damage.
11. All right. He is still up, but he is limping. You moving or you staying put?
So I've got a nice line of sight, so that's good enough.
All right. Xenothor. You have 3 that have come up to you.
The one that swung right at Nate, he's just kind of, he's not using Daunting Roar, but he is kind of giving him the low guttural lion roar,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna swing. 12 to hit
12 hits.
for 11 points of damage.
11.
Slashing damage.
Nice. Yep. Heaven.
So I take it he's still up.
He's still up.
Alright. Hit him for 12 again.
That it?
For 4 points of slashing.
4. He's starting to look very weak, and he's very upset with you, definitely. And he's like, Talos, save me! We go to Ema.
That enrages Nat.
You can have a free action to say something, but if you want. He's just enraged.
He used the word talos, and instead of the low guttural roar, it is a more menacing one this time.
Alright. Ema. It is you.
Is anyone taking damage that I can see?
I do believe Xenothor took some damage. Radalac up there took some damage. Nora took some damage.
Like, would they look hurt, is what I'm saying.
Do you guys have a lot of damage that you've taken? It's up to you guys.
You would
Okay,
say Nora chug a healing
She
potion.
chugged a healing potion. So probably not yet, unless Radalac. No, Radalac's raging.
I mean, Radlac looks a little bloody, but he was bloody after.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty happy though.
He's in his element.
Okay,
Everybody
first
looks
thing
good.
Ema's going to do. Alright. First thing Ema's going to do is look around the Nora. Oh, I just have a question. How dark is it?
It is dark. It's starting to get dusk, but you can still see. You see lights and stuff shadowing things, so you can still see.
Okay, sweet. First thing Ema's going to do is she's going to look around to Zenora and yell out, I thought you said 8. What the hell? And then he's going to look around to the guy that yelled out for Talos and yell out, Talos isn't listening. and he's going to cast Toll the Dead
Nice.
on that dude that called out for help.
Now, your bless is a concentration.
Okay, so does that break my spell, does it? Or
Toll of the Dead
I
is a
don't want to break
concentration
the
spell.
spell.
You don't want to break your bless.
I don't want to break the concentration.
And
so
is
if I can't
Toll
do
the
that, I won't.
is Toll the Dead a
No, Toll of the Dead
concentration?
is not a concentration.
No, it
It's
shouldn't
not. So
No,
okay.
Toll the Dead's cantrip.
Okay,
be.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so as
you
long
can do
as
that.
long as you don't cast another concentration
Yeah.
spell, you should
Yeah,
be
that's
good.
what I thought.
Yeah, I don't use Toll the Dead enough, so I was asking. Yeah. Go
Okay,
for it.
sweet. So that guy that yelled out to tell us help, he got hit by Nate, didn't he?
Yes.
Sweet. So if the target's hit, he takes 1d12.
1d12. All right. So go roll your d12.
And she's going to take 6 damage.
Nice.
There's a save to that too, isn't there?
I think there is.
Wisdom save, I believe.
Wisdom save? Alright, he's gonna have...
Yes.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Yeah, he's failed. Oof.
Okay, no, he has to roll the damage.
Okay, I have to roll the damage? 1d...
Sorry, no. He has to roll a wisdom 13, and if he doesn't, then he gets the damage.
Yeah, he got a 3. So, yeah, I think you got
Okay,
it.
sweet.
Yep. Alright.
Wait a second. Hold up, no, that's supposed to be 2d12.
Okay, roll another
So
d12 then.
5
Yeah.
or higher. Right, my bad. I wasn't ready. 6 and 8, 14.
Yeah, you just needed a 1. So as you hear this large bell toll, he falls to the ground holding his ears and at Xenothor's feet. He is no more. Do you want to move? Or
I
are you
will
staying
stay there because I can see a lot.
put? Everybody? All right. Zenora. I think you're muted. I was like, I don't hear.
I I apologize for being all over tonight.
It's okay.
That's what I wanted. Right. I'm going to move up to here.
Yep.
Bonus action. Daunting roll, so it will get this guy here. So it'll get both of those two.
Okay.
I've got to make a wisdom save.
I didn't.
Wisdom save, I believe.
Hey, make that line again, because I don't think you're pinging. Are you pinging? Like holding it down and pinging? Like that?
There's
Okay,
one, and I'll
awesome.
get that
Okay,
one as well.
okay, cool.
So those two for daunting roll.
Nice. And that's a wisdom save?
Yep, a 14.
Okay. Got a 13 and a 20. So one of them fails. We'll say the one closest to you. Because it's
Yep.
close. Right.
And it is frightened.
All right.
And Zenora is going to get her claws out. And she's going to do Primal Savagery on the one in front of her. And
Nice.
just go like this. And I still have a D4. Which is... I'm going to guess that I hit, because even just without the D4, it's an 18 to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
So it's 21. Okay, and that's 2d8. And... Oh no. Give me a sec. I just realised. Where are you? Sorry, I haven't used this in such a long time.
That's okay.
No, it's a D10. And that is 9 plus 8. That is
need 12.
17 points.
Yep. He's done.
17 points of poison damage. And she just grabs
Yeah.
his head, twists, and puts her nails and rakes it across his neck.
And as you do that, his neck juts across and he falls. He is definitely gone. You can move if you want.
I'm going to just go, that was fun, at Nate, and step back to where the fire spirit is for now.
All right. Rattleack, you're up on top of the boat. You've just seen Vilfin jump down.
I'll just sort of peer off the side and I'm like, hey Ema, I've got my own ship. It's a shame it's a bit beached though. And I'm going to walk to the side and look down. And I'm going to jump off the side.
Nice.
And the vines are going to, as soon as I land, the vines are going to spread out underneath me from my rage.
And they're gonna
From the other side of the boat, you'll hear beach days.
Please.
Oh, no. And
So,
then, yep.
I don't know if I take any fall damage.
What was that
I don't
again,
have any-
Vilfin? Was it 4 or was it 2?
D6 for every 5 feet.
That's
generally.
right. So 46.
So it depends
But
again if he's jumping.
He's
you can give him
jumping
a dex
though,
save
so
for
I
half.
would say Dex.
Well, dex save to take no damage if he makes your DC.
Yeah.
Whatever. From 20 feet, I'd set the DC at 15.
18.
Yeah, you're fine.
Kill. And I'll have my axe out. I'll look at Nate and I'm like, your sister's really impulsive, you know, but I kind of miss it. And then I'm going to swing the axe around and cut the one in front with the first attack, and then keep swinging and get the one behind me with the second attack. So, you know, that swirling.
Yes.
Axe.
Nice.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah, that would be cool. Let's do it.
So, 23 on the first one
Yep.
to hit, and a 14 on the second one. So they
both hit. All right.
Roll damage. So 9 damage on the one at the top.
Yep.
Ugh. And 7 damage on the one at the bottom.
Nice. All right. It is now so many dead bodies. This one's turn. He's going to obviously turn and try and hit Redlac, who's just hit him as he's holding his shoulder. 14. That's not going to hit you, is it? 14? No. And a 20. Dirty 20. You're going to take 8 piercing as his short sword gets a hold of you. And the one behind you is also going to do the same thing. With the 7, so that misses. And a 9. And that misses. I'm going to start moving these guys. Unfortunately, Red, like you're the first, you're the closest, so we're gonna make some rolls for you here. Fortunately, I'm rolling crap. 19 would hit.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what you do. 6.
I haven't got my shield out, so my AC is 16.
So one was a 9, one was a 19. So you'll take 6 because one missed and one hit. And this one here, a 15? No. And a 8. Yeah, they are terrible. They must be new recruits. So I've already moved him, I thought. Did it not take? This guy is going to keep going that way. And it is up to Vilfin now.
Alright, Vilfin will turn the tap on and then climb up the side of the boat again. And he will scoot right across the side here, look down and go, fuck it. And he will jump off, trying to land on top of both of those dudes.
Whoa. Alright.
His axe will be out, by the way.
What did we...
So his axe in hand, he's going to just jump and just try and come down, landing on them, not trying to hit them, just to land on them.
Nice.
Right next to Red Lad there. So, dex save.
4.
I mean, I got slow fall, which
you get slow
I can, as a reaction, I can remove all damage by 40.
Yeah.
So the chance of me taking 40 damage in that is low. But if you want to make the dex save anyway, I will.
Are you gonna? Yeah. If you want it, you can make it an
I want
advantage.
it to look cool.
You can make it an advantage because
I want it to look cool as well. So.
Yeah.
So, better add my D4 just for good measure, make it look extra cool. So 18.
Yeah, that's gonna pass.
All you hear is, motherfuckers! And he just jumps and acts out.
All right, which one you hitting? This one.
I want to try and hit both of them if I can.
All right.
Because they're both side by side.
Flavor,
so
yeah. So all right.
As much as I can.
We can
it's
do
up
it.
to you.
I say for flavor, yes. I think it looks cool. So.
I was kind of hoping Red Light would still be up there so he could throw me, but
dwarf tossing.
didn't quite work out that way.
Right.
So whatever damage, if any, is up to you. I would imagine up to you whether I'd be prone with hitting them. Even with that deck save. I mean, I don't know. Up to you.
Yeah, the deck save was good. So I'm gonna say however they're gonna land, you're gonna land on top of them and probably step off to the side.
Okay.
So once you start landing, we'll do fall damage. You want to roll that fall damage for me, and I'll split it between the two.
Okay, so you want to go stick with a 46?
Yeah, we'll do it.
I'll call that my action as well, because I feel like it'd be at
Yeah.
a low peak to do that and then attack
It's
twice.
pretty.
11,
shit.
11 damage.
Okay. All right. Can you guys see this dope monk shit happening off the boat as he lands on top of them?
Little pirouette in the air before I land, just to make it look extra special.
All right. We'll stick you to the side, wherever you want to be, if you get off them, so they can... Well, they'll probably hit you too anyway, so... All right. Conrad. You are...
Alright,
It's your turn.
this one again,
That guy?
shooting at him.
Yeah.
That was the one I'd launched my arrows at earlier.
Yeah.
So, 16 to hit,
16 hits him.
12 points of damage.
All right.
Still alive.
Yes.
27 points of,
That hits.
of hitting damage. And then
Hitting
7
damage.
points and then 7 points of killing damage.
7 points of healing. He's still alive. Yep. All right.
Okay, well, you know what? Because he's still alive and I actually want him dead, I'm going to action surge
Nice.
and then launch another 2 arrows at him. 17 to hit.
17 hits. You need an 8.
Son of a bitch, 6 points of damage.
He's still
And
alive.
18 to hit,
It is.
11 points of damage.
11. Can I get a mod for that first time chat? No, thank you. We don't want to be. And he is dead.
Awesome.
But he does not want to be deleted, apparently. And do you move? You stay still, yeah. I ask, because the one time I don't ask is when somebody's like, I wanted to move. Xenothor. They're falling like flies.
If I move here, I can get there and I can still see this guy up here.
Yeah, but you do have this guy here. Can you see him?
No.
Oh,
Nah, fuck it. Nate's going to make the move anyway. If he
Yeah.
takes an opportunity attack, he's going to take it. What he's going to do is, his plan is, as it's 60 feet, which is definitely in his range, he does not want this guy to run away. So he's going to attempt to cast Hold Person.
all right. You do get an opportunity. He does get an opportunity act for 23 to hit.
That's fine.
He's gonna give you 4, and then you're gonna hold person on that guy running away. So
15 saving throw.
okay. What kind of save? Are we doing wisdom or
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Oh, he got a dirty 20. So he is like screaming for help as he is running. He's pretty. He's dodging. Which would probably enrage Nat, so. That's all you want to do?
That's it.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Ema. You can use Sentinel as an opportunity. Can you use it? It's a reaction, yeah?
Yeah, it just says a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against someone other than you, so I would assume so.
Think yes.
And if I can, I would like to.
You go in Sentinel, the one in front of you.
Yeah, the one that just hit Nate.
Yeah. I'll have to look that up. We never really had to deal with that. Yeah, that hits. 17 hits.
For 12
Ooh.
damage.
He's not looking good. All right.
Bad cultist.
Where were we? We were up to Ema again.
So which one was running away?
There is one at the back of the boat, way back there. Can you can't see, but I'll put it where you can see. It's way back on the back of the boat there.
Oh.
Down behind it. know if you can see down because you got 20 feet down too. So you might not be able to see him. You can't see the 3 in front at the side. You gonna move?
So, is he directly behind the ship, or?
Yeah, he's behind the ship. So if you move there, you'll see him.
So if I move to there, I'd see him.
Yep.
Okay. So I can move to there. Wait, I will move to there.
Now you see him.
I suppose I still wouldn't be able to hit him with an arrow from this angle.
Well, it is 20 down, but you can still see the guys on the side too. So if he keeps running, you'd probably get a line of sight on him.
Would I be able to hold an action until he's moved to a point that I can actually hit him?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So you want to hold?
I'll hold I'll knock an arrow and hold an action until I can actually see him.
All right.
'Cause I know he's running that way.
Yeah. Because you just saw Xenothor try and stop someone. He's desperate to stop someone.
Yep.
All right, Zenora.
Zenora can see that person's running away. But Zenora is going to use fiery teleportation. So both her and the fire spirit will go here.
Mm-hmm. So I'll move the fire spirit over there with you.
It won't let me go right where I want to be.
Oh, maybe it's a wall. You could probably...
Yeah, so I'll put it on top of that guy.
Yeah. Put you
Or
there.
here.
Yeah.
And she's going to do Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
At... Oops. Gotta remember what level that is. At 2nd level. And she's going to do it at this guy here.
This guy?
Yeah, where I've...
Alright.
the one at the back of the boat.
Oh, the back of the boat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, you got to figure that the ship is 20 feet high. So I don't know if the angle...
Well, that's why I was trying to move over
Yeah.
with the thing, and it wouldn't let me go up
No,
here,
the
because I reckon
angle
if I
would
was
have to be-
here, where Nate is...
Maybe... I think you'd clip that side of the ship there.
So,
Yeah, I think you clipped the side of the ship there. So...
so I figured that I would... Yeah, I'd be on top of that one, and over a bit. That's what I was thinking.
I'd still clip that side of the ship. But, like, Ema, you could hold, and if you wanted to get that guy running away, or you could get the guys right in front of you. It's up to you.
So Nora will take an attack of opportunity, and she'll move
Yep, go for it.
to right beside this guy.
All right.
So she's got line of sight.
All right. I will roll to see if that guy can hit
Actually,
you.
he can't because he's already taken his reaction. Has he?
Well, I think it's an opportunity attack. You can still hit, can't you? Have you ever had that, Vilfin?
Opportunity attack is a reaction, so if he's used it already
can't
against someone
use it.
else,
Yeah.
you can't do
All
it
right,
until
you're
next
good.
next round.
You're good.
Whew.
So you're trying to get in a way. You're now that's kind of up the slope, so you are a little higher now. So
Yep.
you would be able to hit him there.
Yep.
Here, we worked it
So-
out.
First attack is a 24 without even blessed.
Nice.
And because I got the fire spirit out still. So that is there's a D8 on top of that for the first hit,
Okay.
which is lucky because that only gave me 4. Okay, second one going to him.
All right.
That is a 16
Mm-hmm.
without the D4. Yep. That is 8 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And third attack straight to it. That's a 21 without the D4, and that's 4 fire damage.
4? All right. He's not looking good at all. He's still up. But he is.
And that's all
hurting.
Zenora can do because she's used her bonus action and her movement and all that.
All right. All right. Radalac. We are at you.
So we want that guy then. and I'm gonna charge through everyone and
What?
bolt for him.
These poor cultists, they have such insecurities. No one wants me. So we got 2 opportunity attacks from the 2 next to Vilfin. All right, let's see what we can do. 14 and a 11. Yeah,
No.
Nope. You are free to run. Run, Bison, run. Be free. Ooh,
So I've got 40 feet of movement.
nice. This is good.
Oh, hello there. I'm gonna smash him with the axe.
Smash away.
Not with a 10 though.
Oh,
So
are
I'll
you?
smash again.
You're not blessed, are you?
Oh, I am blessed.
Yeah, you are.
Alright, let me roll a d4.
So the second one's a 15. Yeah.
So I got 13 on the first and 15 on the second.
All right, they both hit.
Okay.
You need a 10.
So that first one's a 14.
Yeah. He falls
So,
as he's running and he's crawling away. He is struck down.
and I just turn back and I'm like, I got him.
All right, that's it for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are at. All the spies are leaving me. All right. We're gonna do. This guy is gonna hit Xenothor. Ooh, 12.
12 misses.
Oh, 11. He's gonna.
11 misses.
You know what? I think he's gonna run. Is he seeing all his friends fall and he's missing, which means that you will get an attack of opportunity on him.
Okay.
As he's gonna run that way.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, okay. Can you get a 8?
11.
He's gonna fall as you start to see him leave. All right, now I've got 2 more cultists. And they're going to. One's gonna hit Zenora. So she's right there with a 9. That's not gonna hit. 16. I can't see you. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my armor
Okay.
class.
Okay. So I have to meet it or beat it. So you'll get 4.
Yep.
And then the other one's going to try and hit at Vilfin.
Bring it on.
Here we go. Oh, 20, dirty 20. And a 18.
Yep.
So,
18. Jesus.
yeah. Sometimes
That's
it's good.
18 damage.
No, it's an 18. It's 2 melee attacks. So an 18
they both
AC. Yeah, so you get 10 altogether. Piercing. But you get to counterattack now because it's your turn.
So which one of these guys is looking the worst out of the 2 of them?
This one right here.
That one? So Vilfin's going to, axe in hand, going to look around at everybody and say, just quickly say, we keep him on a lave, yeah? And then just smash this guy in the face with the flat of his axe, not intending on killing him.
All right.
So 2 attacks. Non-lethal axe attack.
You need to beat an 8.
First is a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Two-handed with an 11.
Yep, that's going to knock him out. He is knocked out.
So that's rendering him unconscious. I'll use my second attack to swing back and smash this guy with the bladed part. The guy on the other side, with the
Alright.
intention of killing him. Which will be a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Don't need the D4 on top.
An 11.
That'll be a 6.
Oof.
But I will spend a key point here. Maybe a couple. Just give me 1 second. Where are my key points? Regular. I'm going to spend a key point flurry of blows. 2 more attacks.
Nice.
It's on that same dude. 23 to hit.
That hits.
And a further 6 points of damage.
Then 6, you needed a 5.
Slashing
so,
damage.
yeah, he's gonna fall and die. I do believe you are out of initiative now, for now.
And if I'm allowed to, as a bonus action, I will bind this guy's hands with the rope I have in my back.
Go for it. You guys are out of initiative. If you want to collect your arrows, roll your d4s.
Zenora's going to grab the spyglass that guy had,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to look out to the ocean.
All right. Perception with advantage because you have a spyglass.
Oh,
Anyone else got anything while she's doing that?
and I still have a D4?
Yep.
Be on the
Yeah.
tail end, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a minute, so
Yeah, it's a
be on the
minute.
tail end of the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that will be an 18.
All right. What are you looking at? Are you looking at the ships that
I'm
have
looking
crashed?
to see the ship and everything that's going on in the ship and what I can see. If anyone's jumping or hurt or if
Yeah.
it's broken or what have you.
So before you had seen the waves like hands trying desperately to lap up and hit something that was doing the talos did not want done. And then you see now with the spyglass, there is a lot of flotsam and jetsam in the water. There's a lot of floating debris and a lot of people crying out for help, different crew members. You see poor Fish. He's grabbing for his brother and dragging him onto a piece of like a raft. He's kind of floating debris. So that's what you see with an 18.
Is there anyone alive out there?
Do you want to go see if we can grab anyone?
Not particularly. And Dolphin sits the guy up that he's bound against the side of the ship.
I'm gonna look up. Ema, you still up there?
Yeah, I'm still up here.
If you jump down, I'll catch you. If you could heal me a little bit, I think I'm bleeding again.
And Zenora will keep the spyglass.
All right. You have one spyglass. You're binding him up to the ship. What else? What is it? Ema, you wanted to say?
Yeah. Amos will use he will heal him in a bit. But before he jumps down, he's going to loot the bodies of the two that died on the one that died on the ship, and he's going to look around on the ship for any booty that might be on the ship.
Booty away with an investigation. As I look up and see what they've got.
10.
A 10, you're not finding too much, but you do see there is a trail of boxes into over this surly direction. It looks like they were cleaning the ship out of its stuff and piling it in the cavern there for someone to take. The cultists on the top there and everywhere, you're going to find about 120 gold amongst them. They've kind of been dipping into the ship's coffers while they're salvaging. And not much of note. They all carry the pins of Talos, the silver pins on their person.
Yeah, he'd take the gold and he'd take the silver pins from the guys on there, and then he's going to climb down, and he'll climb down, and then he'll use cure wounds on Radalek.
All right. Do your healing
Look
damage.
up with healing damage.
12 points, you said? Yep.
So I think at this point, Wilfin would be looking over to Xenothor and basically just asking, right, you want to question this fucker? You want me to wake him up?
No,
Looks
okay. Oh.
to Conrad and say, have some fun.
I just saw that smile.
Right. Okay. So you want me to torture him? Alright, so I'm gonna go up to this gentleman. I'm gonna pull out my spear. And have it sitting next to his leg, the tip. And then with my other hand, reach across and slap him to wake him up.
It's gonna take a couple seconds, but he's gonna like. I won't tell anyone you're here. Just let me go. I don't even want to be here.
Do you want some water?
Yeah.
You look a bit parched.
I just want to leave. Healing.
Oh wait, Wilfin will wave a healing potion in front of his face.
I'm not really good with this, but I see it's where we're going. I'm gonna see if any of the crew's alright, and Redlack's gonna walk to the beach.
Redlack's gonna walk to the beach. All right.
Xenothor will already be there.
What do we need to know from this scumbag?
This what? Oh, I thought you were talking to him.
Everything we can get.
Right. How many people are on the island?
I don't know exact numbers. We have enough for 2 crews. Maybe a crew. We were waiting for a ship to come in and deliver supplies, but I think it's one of those out there. So I don't think we're getting any good to you if you want a ship.
So Conrad's gonna use the tip of the spear and start digging it into the guy's calf muscle, because mathematics is a pretty simple thing and he should know how many people are on the island, and I'm not really happy with his answer.
I'm telling you what you want. Stop.
Right. Okay. Let's try this again. How many people are on the island?
I don't know. Ask me some. I don't know exact numbers. I just told you. Above 10?
Oh. Right. Okay. Now, who is in charge here?
Sovendal, he's like a drow. Was, and then Fairlight, she's the main person. She's recruited a lieutenant, Gadril Reaver, and she's crazy. She's obsessed with Talos. Sovendal's asked for her to step down, and she cursed him with some kind of disease. I don't know. He's a mess. And they're fighting in there. He wants to leave. He thinks she's too reckless. She's going to get everybody killed. They're dividing amongst them.
I know someone like that.
The funny thing about it is he's pretty much on the ball. They are going to all die. But not in the way that they were thinking. And where is this camp?
Well, it's not a camp. It's in the caves here.
Right,
You're at the
so
camp.
It's in the cave. Where in the caves? Like, draw me a map.
I can't draw you a map. I'm about to. I need healing. I've told you. She takes people to this thing called. She calls it the Blowhole, and it's a torture. I knew you guys were gonna do this. Behave. It's a torture. She'll throw them in, and Talos decides their fate. I think it's a portal, but they'll disappear, or they'll hit the ceiling and splatter, or they'll fall and no one knows where they go. She's doing that.
DM, what was the name of the guy that was taken away from the Wayward Inn?
Tarbin Toll. He is a bard.
That's the only name Nate's going to say.
You don't see any... you can roll inside if you want, but you don't see anything on his face. Like, nice to meet you.
I think at this point, Vilfin's getting a little squeamish at the wound that has been caused by Conrad's spear. Like, he was playing tough, but he's obviously not used to torturing people. So sort of excuses himself and moves away.
He is losing a lot of blood. Is there anything else you want to ask him?
I haven't taken the spear out. I only pushed it in.
Yeah, that's
So it's
probably
actually-
not going to help things, though. But so yeah.
It's really bleeding that badly. All right. So, in what direction is the cave?
You're at the cave. You can go that way, and he points back where you guys were seeing the guy run away. Or you can go to the side. Down the beach further.
And I look at Nate and I go, "Are you satisfied with this?"
Which directions are the hags?
And he points back.
Nate will bend down on one knee and whisper, "See, my friend here, that healing that you want, you're not going to get it." Stands up, stands next to Conrad, and just gives him the look, as in the affirmative to finish him off.
And Conrad will slowly stick the spear through the guy's heart.
And he lets out a cry and a gasp as his eyes widen, trying to hold onto your spear as it's digging in, and he slumps down across the side of the boat there. And he is no more. Radalak, Zenora, Vilfin.
Radalak winces at the sound. He knows what's happened. Do you
Zenora,
think any of them made it? I can't
Zenora's
see
not,
them.
technically not there. Zenora's got the ring of water walk, and has gone under the water with her water breathing to see if there's anyone down within about 15 feet that have come up to the shore.
All right. I'm going to have you guys, one of you, I'll have Zenora. She is looking.
It's a sea lion.
Roll me a d20 at disadvantage. It's a sea lion, really. I was thinking of Shadow Maids for Mark. And I will also roll. Ooh, I got a nat 20 and I got a 1.
So what is it? What am I rolling?
Just a d20, but at disadvantage, so 2 d20s.
It doesn't matter, they're both a 9.
A 9. You do see poor fish on the raft. You know he's out there with his brother, Mad Beast. So they are trying to make it to shore. So you'll start to see the bottom of that as you're underwater. Coming closer, you see a lot of debris. It is very murky. There's blood in the water. There's sharks. You see lost fingers. He's trying to walk because you have given him the water breathing towards shore underneath the water as well. You see the crabs hurriedly scuttling around now that their rations are finished. They're trying to find the dead bodies and pick them off. You see, I'm doing math. 6 other people slowly walking towards the shore under the water and swimming. Do you wait for them to get to shore or until the others, or do you try and kind of help them? Or what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm going to... Do I see who they are?
You recognize Poorfish,
Yep.
Mad
So
Beast. I have to remember
and
these
then
crazy
6 of
names.
the other crew.
Yeah. I was trying to go for 9 because you rolled in 9.
Yeah.
So that is bad math. That was 8. But you're going to recognize the main crew people. And you see a white dragonborn. He looks unconscious, but alive. Do you drag him to shore?
Yes.
All right. So as you start to grab him by his foot, and he kind of is floating, it's a bit cumbersome. He's a big fella.
No, actually, Xenora's... Yeah, Xenora's gonna bring him up to the shore. And she's going to have the scimitar at his throat when she gets there.
All right. So if you're pulling, it's going to be a little struggle. Rattlenack and Vilfin, you see her pulling this white foot coming out of the water. You're going to help.
Yeah, is it... Do we have to go get any others?
Nate now.
What is that?
Get Nate now.
And I'm just gonna yell back for Nate from where I'm standing.
She seems a little upset.
Yeah.
The more she's pulling, the more you're starting to see more of the Dragonborn getting pulled up to shore.
Ooh, it's that fucker.
Get
Well, we're gonna have some fun now.
now.
And I'll just keep yelling Nate until Nate comes.
See Conrad's token.
Oh, hey, Conrad.
Ema, what are you doing?
The second that the others leave, Ema's gonna kneel down next to that dead cultist that they tortured and loot him. And he's gonna close his eyes like they do in movies, and he's gonna grab a handful of sand and just sort of work it through his hand and basically say rest in peace.
You get 5 gold, 1 regular healing potion, standard potion, and a talos pen.
Good.
Nate, Conrad, is your wildfire spirit still up?
Yeah, it would be.
All right. Nate and Conrad, you are joining. Are you going to join them, Ema, after you've looted? And
We went down to the beach.
Yeah, I'll spend a few minutes here and then
okay,
follow down to them.
that's right.
Just out of question, is there supposed to be like a healing bar in the cliff? Just a health bar there?
A health bar?
On the stream. Is there a
Yeah,
health bar?
that was, I think, the stalker that I supposedly killed and didn't delete. So thank you.
Sweet as, I was just wondering if we're going to get attacked by something.
Do I need- yeah.
There, but I was just asking.
No, that's a hell. Yeah, that was the stalker guy. All right, cool.
Sweet.
Xenothor and Conrad, you can't really tell what they're calling you for. As you start to slowly go over, it starts to slowly become apparent exactly who this is. It's not hard to see. This is a white dragonborn. Same clothing. He is clutching something, and he has 4 deep gash claw marks right across the front of his face. They are deep.
I'm going to shake my head at Nate as to say I didn't see her.
Is there anyone worth out there bringing in? Can we walk underwater too? Is that a thing?
You can go underwater, you can water breeze.
So Radlac will go and look and bring back someone worthwhile bringing back.
This is most of her main crew, so you can help them. They're coughing and sputtering out water as they're slowly getting onto the shore. They're sitting and hands and knees, coughing out their water, and
I'll do as much as I can to bring them all to shore.
and helping one another, trying to get any of the loot as well, because they are acquisitionists. They're trying to drag as much as they can to save. All right.
Can Nate see that he's like awake?
He's coughing out water, and he's
Okay.
grasping some things, and he is bleeding from his face.
Nate immediately puts the tip of his long sword at his throat. And
Takes her scimitar out. Away.
he says, "Where is she?"
Talos. Any
Where is she?
roll intimidation.
Wilfin backs away slowly.
An own 20 for 27.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
I also got a nat 20, but I don't have the 7. So it is a battle of staring down, and he just laughs and coughs a little, and he's like, I got the last of her right here. Fucking bitch.
And at that, Nate just goes, bang, sword straight through his throat.
All right. He utters his last, blood splattering everywhere, and he drops his hand.
Nate will bend down to see what was in his hand.
As you unclasp his hand, only you would know what this is, being in close quarters with Tar. It is a necklace that she wore under all of her clothes, with a direwolf's claw dipped in gold. She has a necklace of golden claw, and on the golden claw is scales of balance etched in. It is her necklace.
Nate is... He falls to both of his knees. He takes the necklace and, without hesitation, puts it around his neck. He then looks out to the ocean and he just simply says, "Take care of yourself."
Sonora's going to go up behind Nate, put her arms around him, rub the top of his head with her chin, and she's going to kick the Dragonborn to make sure it's definitely dead. As she's doing that,
All right.
and I'm going to go, we burn.
Send him to the 9 hells.
Sonora's going to go down. She's going to put her hand over his heart, and she's going to make sure she does produce flame and just pulsate that flame and continue to pulsate it until his heart is shriveled to a black bit of dust.
All right.
Radlak's gonna look to the others. He's like, "You guys want to help me with this lot? I think that's all of them."
Poor Fish is upset. He's like, no. They're still out there. I'm sure they're still out there. You gotta give them a fighting chance. The dancing delight is. We're strong. Take care of what's in there. We'll work on everybody here and bring back some healing if you've got it, and then maybe
Nate, yeah, you keep going.
maybe Captain and all them are They'll come. They'll come. Just give them time.
I look at what it was.
Poor
which one?
fish.
Poor
The
fish.
skinny
And I
one.
go.
Yeah.
I go. The boats are over there. If you want to go looking for them. And I point at the 2 boats that we took.
Yeah. He's just kneeling by his brother.
Ema, can you patch these guys up a little bit? You got a little bit left in you?
Not there.
Are any of
Sonora-
you? Yeah. Are any of you looking injured? Visibly, from your stats. 'Cause
Let's see.
Wilfin says yes.
Wilfin's pretty bloody.
Yeah.
Zenora looks like she's taken a bit.
Radlax's
take-
wounds have stitched a little. But
Nate's taken a couple of hits, but whether he won't show that he's hurt.
Zenora's going to.
Wilfin will be the same, even though it's probably pretty obvious that he's got blood on him. There's probably enough blood from other people on him that you wouldn't tell which is his and which isn't.
All right. Ema will probably have come down to the beach. You didn't move, but yeah, it's really been that much time. What do you have to do?
He would loot all the other bodies on his way down.
Thank you, because I would have done it on the way up.
All right. So we've got 12 pins plus Christophans. There'll be 13 pins. You wouldn't have Christophans. One of you would probably.
I thought
Nate
Nate
was
would
taking
have.
Yeah,
it.
Nate would have taken
Yeah.
it. So you do know that Xenothor has been collecting pins. So it's up to you if you want to do
Well,
it.
he said he was collecting the pins before, so he would have probably got all the ones apart from the ones on the boat. Was there anything else on them?
I'd say about a remaining 2 gold. What they are told to salvage the ships, which you knew from them talking and stuff. So odds are that's all they've got on them right now. So
So we got nothing on them. Sweet.
yeah.
Would you say this would have all taken, say, an hour?
Probably if you're trying to save the crew members and get them to shore, why you have planned.
I'll
Rest.
yeah, I'll be
You
taking
want a short rest? All right. Well, that's up to you
Zenora's
guys.
just going to sit with Nate, and I think they need a bit of a moment to just deal with it.
All right. We'll
How
take.
many-
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
How many arrows did Conrad fire? Or bolt, whatever he used.
How many arrows did you fire, Conrad? I think.
I
That's a lot.
collected 9 out of the arrows that I launched.
Oh, you collected them. Sweet as.
I've already collected my ones, yeah.
Sweet. I would have collected them for you to apply. And
So
But
as
yeah.
you guys take a short rest, we'll take a short rest ourselves, and then we'll come back and have any moment, and you guys can decide what path you want to take or what you want to do. So we're going to take a break real quick to get a coffee and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for coming over and watching us. We will be right back. We can give Xenothor and Zenora a moment that they wanted, and I'm sure you can come back in when Emo wants.
That's right. Wilfin went back up to the boat, climbed back up and sat on the edge.
All right. So you guys would see him do that. Anybody else have something that they would be wanting to do besides Xenothor and Zenora, so I don't lose anybody?
Radlax just tending to the crew as best as he can, trying to get them so if they want to go back out and look, they've got a fighting chance. If he thinks he can't convince them otherwise.
I'll put the dead body of Christophin over here for reference. Well, actually, it would probably be there because both of you were there. All right. I will leave it to you guys.
Nate?
What?
What do you want to do?
Finish this. Drive Talos back. Make him think he can no longer have a stranglehold on what he thinks he's going to be able to do.
Don't do anything stupid.
What you did was reckless.
No, what I did was to make sure that they had a fighting chance to come back. Reckless or not, you can't stand there and wait. I was there, I could do it.
We decided we work as a group. You decided I was the leader.
A leader is not about sitting there telling us our exact moves in a battle. A leader is there to keep us together, keep us strong, make decisions that are outside of battle as a group.
I
We're
was
in a
not
battle and a
given
fight.
a decision. You made that choice. Now,
But I still did what was right. I was there. I could do it. We fast around. They could have attacked the rest of the crew. They were going for them, Nate. They were going for them.
you realize none of that was relayed to us.
I didn't
We did not know
have
until
time.
you made the choice.
Did not have time.
You got plenty of time. You had your teleport. You could have come to us, let us know. We would have been ready. But I'm not here to argue, Xenora. It's time to finish this. Finish what we started.
Promise me something. You don't go in there to die.
I'm
Do
going in
not.
there to stop Talos.
Do not go in there thinking that you're going to go in there and take him with you. Do you understand? You come out of this when we're done.
That is my plan.
Good.
So we're not done here. You realize that? We're not done here.
No, we're not. We're going to be chasing the storm. Always chasing the storm.
We will become that storm.
Firestorm?
If it fits.
Sonora.
You know what?
Sweetheart.
We do this for her.
Let's not make her life and her sacrifice in vain. And who knows? Maybe they find her. Be nice.
Nate will then stand up and look to the rest of the team.
Vilfin, I want you to roll me a perception. This is your wheelhouse. Let's roll it with advantage. And I'll tell you what is your wheelhouse once you... If he's there. Are you there, Vilfin? No.
Nat 20, 22.
All right. As he took his necklace out, even though it is a bit far, something's wrong with it. It is nice. You as a jeweler, you might want to ask him about that later, you think. However you want to think that. So.
How do you mean something's wrong with it? Like, from
Just,
where I am,
like
I'm
the
probably a
shape,
good 25
the shape
feet.
of the dipping of it isn't how you definitely wouldn't have done it. It seems pretty crude. Doesn't seem well done. That would probably bother a jeweler of your experience.
I'll keep that for myself for now.
Exactly. There you go. So, anyone else have anything they would be doing as he looks at the rest of you?
Still chatting to the crew. How many of you are going to go back out there? Are you ready?
Mad Beast, we said, I think we're pretty well wounded. We need to get our bearings.
No point throwing your own lives away.
We can't fight right now, but we can definitely defend the beach if you want to. Go in and kick some ass.
We'll definitely be doing that. Keep yourself safe. I'm sure you know what to do if things become too hectic out here.
They're gonna start pulling stuff toward this area over here because it's what they can see. The cultists are gone, and it looks pretty secure to defend from anything. So they're gonna start moving that way.
Exactly. Aggressive acquisition.
Right.
You got it.
Hey, you're learning. You'll be a acquisitionist yet. You will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll move back to the rest of them.
Fucking pirate, just fucking say it, you pussy.
I am not a pussy. That's why I'm an acquisitionist.
Xenothor's going to turn around and say, "Can you burn the body completely?"
To
And point to Christophus, the crew. Like a proper wood thing.
well, if you don't mind, can we loot the dead? I mean, it's pretty burnt, but yeah. Do we have the rights to acquire anything he might have washed up on the shores? We could use it to get out of here. Maybe make something.
We get out of this together, Mad Beast.
We do.
We'll share.
If we can get 20 of us together, counting you guys, we could probably sail out of here. You guys learned a lot, so if you can find something, just keep it in mind.
Acquire away, men.
You lot can acquire what my share. I don't want nothing.
All right.
I'll take it.
Ema's gonna go look in that cave that they were going to move into and see what he can find in there.
All right, as you see, the 9 members kind of going in there. It's rations, oil for lamps, different stuff that they've salvaged that they think they could resell, stolen goods. I don't know that you guys can take all of it. There's a lot of stuff. Supplies for them to live on. Nothing of note that you can carry.
Ema wouldn't really care about any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Wilfin stays on the boat.
all right. You were told that you could go this way where there may be hags. Tar had told you of a waterway with scary-looking sea creatures in it, but they were harmless. You could get information.
We got a short rest, didn't we?
And you got a short rest, so
Oh, yeah.
do your dice. An hour passes. You can go down along the beach and see if there is a way to get in that way.
Yeah, Nate will suggest that the party should move towards the hags. From the conversation had with Tar, they might be able to help us if we are able to give them what they need. I feel what we're about to face wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of extra help.
Wouldn't it hurt to have a little bit of organisation as well?
All right. Conrad, awfully quiet. What are you doing? He says, "God damn it." There you go.
Okay. I would have gone with Ema to look around. So the oil are in like vials, like 1 pint vials, right?
There's a lot of, it's pretty much larger amounts for the trip. So, yeah, you can get some in vials if you wished. They're all sorted sizes because it's plunder. So,
well, I'll just be picking say five thingos of oil that is a decent size to throw. And I'll be putting that in my pack. And then I'd be going to behind the boat and waiting for the others because we were heading towards the hag, and I think that's the right direction for the hags.
Yes.
Nora's fire spirit would be out if she taken a short rest too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what Tar said about the tides. 2 and 2 and 8 and 8.
Wilfin would have jumped down beside Conrad as everyone else was moving up before they got there. It would have just turned to Conrad and looked at him and simply said, "You know I don't like you, but I think you're right."
Yeah, sometimes I am, but not always.
All right. Do you want your fire spirit to follow you, Xenora, so I know where to put the token?
No, the fire spirit would have gone out at short rest.
Okay.
So I've now got my 2 charges back because of the short rest.
All right. So I'll allow you guys to see what they see in the chat. So it branches the 2 directions up ahead from what Conrad... Can all of you see that? You pretty much all can see that. You see the water pathway on the right. What would you like to do?
How dark is it?
It is dusk. Let me turn it to dusk on the thing so you can get an idea of what you're looking at here.
I mean, is it a cave?
It is a cave, but there is lighting from within the cave, so it is pretty dark. You hear the echoes in the cave sounding like the rumble of thunder from the outside rain. And you see
So
this
wherever the general direction of the hags, that's where Nate's just going to walk.
That would be this way? Over that way. I will let you guys move your own stuff. It's on pause. So,
Emma, can you even see in this light? I mean, I know I can a little bit, but you're a human, are you not?
He was like, "Oh, I can see stuff." Oh, and he begins to hum.
Put your hand on my shoulder, and I'll lead you. I mean, we probably should put a torch on, so someone can. So, I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but Emma can't see in the dark.
Ema walks over to Conrad and sticks his hand on his head.
I can't really see much either, unfortunately. This way, right? And I'm gonna like...
Don't stumble around in the dark, for fuck's sake. Wilfin will light a torch.
all right. There you go.
Which will give
Yep.
everyone around us 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim
All right.
light.
So your token should be able to see that anyway. So we'll see.
Mine can.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I'm
these.
looking at everybody's tokens. I think they can see, but yes. So now you can see ahead the 2 paths. You see Xenor and Xenothor heading towards this waterway.
When he lights it, Ema's will be like, "Oh, Conrad, sorry. Oh, sorry."
There seems to be, although I don't think you could see it from here, but you do see the water. Perhaps there is light at the end. You don't know. But there are, what you can't see on the map here, glowing things inside the water, kind of swimming around. Looks fairly deep. Oh,
I
you're
guess
muted.
that'd be the sea creatures that were mentioned. Glowy sea creatures.
Possibly.
So I'm guessing the hags are that away.
Alright.
And I'll point to the other tunnel.
Do you guys go in the water?
I got no fucking clue where we're going, so I'm just following Xenothor.
I'm gonna roll a dice here real quick.
He was staying close to the person with the torch.
Alright.
So,
Hmm?
so wait a minute. The hags are through the water or under the water?
Are you
Wilson's
asking
got
me?
no idea.
I thought you were asking the team.
Radlac thinks
asking-
they're
yeah.
the
So
left-hand tunnel.
the direction we asked the guy we were torturing, where did they point towards the hags?
They just pointed towards the back of the boat, like
Okay.
that way.
Zenora would remember that Tar said,
Water.
head in on the right and it's a water cave.
So the torch is gonna go out. Right.
And Zenora
You know what? You're very smart. I'm pretty sure the torch's not going to work underwater.
Might be an idea to leave the torch on this side, and then one of us that can actually see in the dark goes through and lights another torch on the other side.
There's glowy sea creatures, and Radlac's gonna go have a look at the glowy sea creatures.
Are you going
and
in?
Zenora would,
I'm gonna stand at the edge and look out, and if I have to move closer, I'll.
If you know what a viper fish looks like deep in the depths of the dark ocean, they have those long teeth with the little antenna sticking out with the light on it. They are kind of like that, except they have two heads and two antennae, and they're floating around with their long fang teeth
okay.
gliding through.
Zenora was going to have a look. If she sees that, she's going to go, Ema, we need your assistance.
Do you go?
So,
Yeah, more going. I sort of can't get any closer than that. But
Yeah,
what do
kinda.
you need?
Ema, can you pretty please? There's some fish down there. They look very scary. I don't want them to eat us if we have to walk through this. We don't really want to fight them. Can you ask them if we could walk through their home, please? Protected without getting attacked. That'd be lovely.
Ema's gonna walk up to the water's edge. He's gonna speaking.
You can breathe
from-
underwater, by the way.
No, he's not going to stick his head into the water if we can see that. He's going to say, "Hey, hello, fish. Well, we're just wondering if we could come through. If you're not going to eat us."
Where's the fish voice?
Screw you guys for doing this to me, by the way. I did not plan on fucking... Okay. They have long teeth.
All you can hear is.
So you were asking... Sorry, I was thinking what a fish would sound like. You're asking if you could come along into the water and not be eaten, yeah?
Yes.
Who are you? Why do I sound like... Who are you?
We're a group of people and we're looking for some hags.
You got food? Hags give us food.
Yes. I'll give you some rations if you eat if you let us pass through.
Okay, drop the rations. How many were passing through here?
There's 6 of us.
That's a lot of rations. I don't know why he's like a mobster toll man. I don't know. Do you guys hear from the waters as these
Murlocs.
Murlocs as these it's going on? Do you guys do you, Ema? You have enough rations for you get 6 rations.
Ema's gonna look back at the group saying, "Hey, there's a whole shitload of rations in that cave back there. Does someone want to go grab an armful?"
Yeah, I'll do it because I'd actually know where they are.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
So I'd run back, grab like a whole
bunch of rations, and then just
2 armful type.
dump them in the
rations.
water. All right. So as you sprinkle them in the water like fish flakes, the fish eat them, and then they slowly part, making a line for you. You can have like a little runway, if you will, of antennae as it lights up toward a pathway at the end of this water. You will have to swim it, though.
Hold on, Ema. Thank you.
I'll go first. I'm just gonna walk it because I can breathe underwater,
Yeah.
and I'm wearing about 400 tons of armor.
There you go.
Sonora's actually got the ring of water walk as well as water breathing, so she's just walking normally through.
All right. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's probably going to intimidate you, but it is non-moving. I'll let you guys move and see when you see them. And I'm going to switch to a screen where you guys aren't activated. I'll leave it on the map for you guys, though. Where's my hags tab?
Wilfon's going to wait till last to make sure everyone has enough light to get through the first part. And then he's going to stand on the edge for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Looking at the water and psyching himself up. So, what are you doing? You're a fucking dwarf. Stop being such a scaredy cat. And he takes a couple of, some really deep breaths and then slowly makes his way into the water.
All right. So you are last, and you're coming up. As you guys come to this spot, I'm missing the part I'm supposed to tell you about the hag, so I will just describe it. You see these skulls of light of flame, and they are chatting and with teethy chatters at these 3 sea hags. I'm going to show a picture real quick. They look like this, and they are talking amongst themselves. I went out last week. Nana, not again. And then the person that's called Nana's like, I would kill for some whiskey right about now. And they're talking like that to each other. When they see you, they stop. And their crabs
Wilfon gulps loudly at the mention of whiskey.
Turn to you. Visitors! We don't get the likes of you around here. You're not those roby freaked people.
Oh, hello. Kindly old women.
They've brought us steak for dinner. Do you see this? And the other one named Granny's like, I don't like steak, I like seaweed.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
We were under the impression that you might be a little bit bored.
Bored. Word gets around. You seem like one that knows a lot of gossip, one of them says. And she leans forward. She looks very intrigued. I like all the latest gossip.
See. Well, there's Talos, who's terrorizing your wonderful island. And trying to make it so, I don't know, ships don't come here naturally and everyone dies. And they're stealing all the stuff from the ships. And then there's, and then there's Mr. and Tia, who are trying to not interfere. And I do the little with my claws up and down like this. You know, that kind of thing. And oh yeah, I met a strange woman named that, you know, changed to was a changeling, but I didn't know she was a changeling.
Oh.
And then there's this, and then she, you know, I think she died, I'm not sure. And I'm just rambling off little random events, like just to kind of keep him interested, you know. My tone is going up and down.
Roll persuasion. And as
Oh,
Zenora's talking, one of them's like, do any of you know how to dance or sing, you know, any songs? And the others were like, ask him for some, I would take vinegar at this point. I am so thirsty.
I'm going to burn my advantage because I got a 1
Oh!
and I got -1, so I'm going to burn an advantage.
They're like, oh, we've heard this before.
14. 14.
14? Do any of you know any songs? I'll let you know when you get in a minute. Dancing?
Conrad, you were a keen dancer back in the day.
What?
He
Bust
said
the
you're a
move.
keen dancer at the end of the day.
He's a bit hard of hearing nowadays, though.
Oh, you can't travel with old people anymore. You just eat them. It's safer. Can you dance?
No.
Well, he's dead to us. Next.
At this point, Wilfin would have retrieved the whiskey bottle from his pack
Ooh.
and stepped forward, sliding past Conrad, holding it up.
She lights up. And she sidles toward you, the big one at the back. Sidles toward you. She smells horrible. I forgot that sea hags do have that. We're going to have to roll. What do you do? She comes forward.
Take a deep breath in, hold it as long as I can, and just hold the bottle up and offer it to her.
All right. You do see also the skulls have parted and stood still as she takes the bottle greedily. She's grinning with her teeth just rotted completely. She needs, all of you, at seeing them and smelling them, I need you all to make a wisdom save for me.
And since everyone's in 10 foot of me, you get a +4.
Natural 20
Natural 20.
That's
for
great.
26.
Gotta beat an 11.
Natural 20 for a 26 +4, which is 30.
I'm
Oof.
looking for an advantage to burn to get rid of my nat 1.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? That fits because Ema's stomach's always very iffy.
So you say I get +4 from being next to her?
Downfall. Yeah.
You guys,
Sweet, 13.
all right. Don't forget, you guys in chat can give them a little helping hand with channel points. 13. You beat 11. Anyone else?
Okay.
Oh, under 11. Anyone under 11 at all?
Even though I rolled twice, 3.
3.
Well, actually 7, because I'm within. Yeah.
Conrad's now not sure he can't dance.
All right.
Nate got a 17 on the wisdom.
Nice. All right. Conrad. I don't know where you are in the back because you guys are in the map. So, okay, you're kind of in the back. Okay. So no one really is paying attention to you, Conrad, but you have seen them and smelled them, and you're not used to these creatures at all. You are going to be frightened for the next minute of conversation. So, do with that what you will. I don't think you would probably try to make that apparent, though, but deep inside, you're frightened, so. As she takes the bottle greedily, Granny Mayak as they're calling her, as they're fighting over the bottle, is guzzling it down, and she seems pretty satisfied. The one that's looking at you guys that is not getting a song or a dance is just shaking her head.
Nate will
Like this.
grab his necklace for a little bit of inspiration, and he will recite the song that Tar sang to him.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll something. Roll a persuasion. Ooh. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
$25.
She looks at you and grimaces. And Nanopukta says, "You know the tabaxi, do you? There's only one person in the seas that sings that song, because she wrote it herself. She used to sing it to me all the time. She doesn't visit anymore, little... This is good gossip." For 25. What is it you all are wanting to know? I can hardly hear you, Mina, so... I don't know if
You
you're...
said that Tabaxi was the one that used to sing this to you.
Are you saying that out loud? In front of them?
Yep.
Yeah. Stands. Stands in
Stands
shit,
in tar.
stands in poo, yeah, tar, that's it, stands in tar. She
Yeah.
used to sing it.
We have no idea if she's alive or dead. We presume gone.
It happens. Sad. She had a beautiful voice. The cultists, they don't have any.
It was the cultist that decided to assist in her demise, perhaps potential demise.
That also happens. They bring us bodies, keep us placated, in exchange for not killing them. What is it that you are wanting? You don't have bodies.
No.
We've come here to stop the goings on with Talos and these cultists. Would you be keen to help us, perhaps?
Nope.
Well,
But,
that's a shame.
are you talking about that crazy woman that screams and sleeps and bathes in boiling water in the back there and has the two hounds next to her? The one that's always fighting with that blue fellow. You talking about her? She's always chanting Talos, throwing people in a hole.
Lovely. May I ask, since they've been here, have they by any chance sat and had a good gossip or shared a drink with you?
They gossip about the hole. Do you know you can get a wish granted if you play your cards right in that hole? There's a water gin in it.
A water gin. Interesting.
Or you splat against the roof. Depends on how you land, I guess.
Splattered against the roof.
It happens.
So, that's an interesting concept. Now, is this wish from the gin one per person?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Usually they just wish to come back, and that's that. That's how we know the
Alright.
story, of course.
Now, has anyone shared a drink with you from them? Have they sat down and actually had a drink with you?
The blue fellow has. He's very nice. He is, asked for help with a curse. It's apparently the crazy one. He's coughing and sputtering, blood everywhere. He's going to die soon. But it happens, you know.
It does. And Xenora's going to... Would you like to try something new?
Ooh.
Let me have a look and see if I've actually got it in here. If I've got it. Yeah. I don't know if they'd want it. Zenora is going to give them an apple each. Now, you have to do this very carefully. And she'll get out the vinegar. Or the spoiled wine that she's got in her pack. If you mix some of this with that, you can ferment it into something that's called an apple cider.
Says Granny. She's very excited about this.
Is there anything perhaps you could do to help us get rid of the annoying woman?
Auntie Unk, the one that has been quiet mostly. She's the one that wants the gossip. She says, well, from the blood on your weaponry, it looks like you're capable of getting through them yourselves. But
any advantage is wonderful.
If you're going around the long way, you can cut through all of them. If you wait to high tide, you can swim on that other pathway next to us where you came in and go straight to, what's her face? God something. Reef something.
Gadra?
Yes.
I think I had a name bandage.
That's it.
Interesting. That is wonderful news. Would you like me to help you prepare this? And I'm going to let the team talk about whether they're going to wait for high tide or what have you. Would you like me to help you prepare this apple and vinegar? And I'll be keeping an eye on to see what they say and all that kind of stuff.
All right. What are you guys doing during this? As you're trying to deal with the smell of them and the flaming
Dolphin
skulls.
backs away as far as he can possibly get.
The flaming skulls
Right on
have
the edge
not
of the
moved.
water.
Yeah. So he's at the edge. I don't know. Would it be apparent, or is he trying to be kind of like?
Oh no, he's very apparent. Like he's getting as far away as he can, right on the edge of the water, waiting for something to go seriously wrong.
Anyone else?
Is there a way past them? Like, can I see like a passage this way, or is it a dead end?
This is a dead end to you.
I was afraid you'd say that.
There's coral all across the floor. It is pretty cluttered with bones, debris, meat. They use the bathroom in there. They do everything in there. Just a mess. And it's slimy. And it's not fun. You're probably not going to be able to talk much longer as you see Zenora helping them.
Well, I feel like we might have come as far as we can this way, but we thank you for your time, Zenora. I think maybe, it might be time for us to, like, take our adventure in a different direction. Perhaps.
And with that, Conrad would leave.
You're a very nice little lion woman. It's a shame we can't eat you, but if you're going, you tell that Stan's woman, and you see her, that treasure she's looking for is right around her. It's always there. You tell her that. She's a sweetie. Now get the fuck out. Go on. We're busy.
Sonora is going
Yeah,
to
Wilfin would definitely have
bow.
followed Conrad.
Sonora is going to bow and say, Thank you, lovely ladies. And she's just gonna look at Nate and we gotta go.
Right.
Emma would reach into his pack
Uh-oh.
and he'd say, "Thank you for your time, ladies. I'm sorry none of us can dance, but take this out of gratitude," and pulls out another bottle of whiskey.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Draven.
You know me?
You used to come here. You remember? You're little.
Oh, sorry. I hit my head a while back and it's sort of coming back.
Hag never forgets those big cow eyes. All right.
And he smiles and sort of bows and says, "It's good to see you again.
All right.
Well, hopefully I'll come around again sometime."
Okay. Do you all exit quickly? Emma, you've seen they have bolted and left you behind. So do you get
Zenora would have. Zenora's not one way or another. She's just
There you go.
going as a leisurely pace.
So you were given directions from the hag.
Wilfin would just, as we got back to shore before everyone sort of came back, as Xenothor reached the beach, he would turn around to Xenothor and just say to him, "Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm getting the feeling that as leader of this group, you're not really doing much leading. You're leading from the back. Zenora seems to be doing more leading than you. And I'm afraid that with her reckless behaviour of late, that's going to get us all killed. I don't really want to die again."
Do you think you can do a better job? It's yours.
I don't want it, but we elected you, and I don't really see it happening.
We will have a longer discussion once we're done here. I don't feel this is the time for said discussion. I was going to ask whether we wait for the high tide, which obviously sounds like a good idea, so we can get the jump on this perving, or we could take the long way.
I personally are fine either way, but I think we need to be a little more cautious with our approach in future. We have no idea what the hell we're walking into.
I agree. But we do know there is dissension in the ranks in this cave, and I'm not talking about internally. Could be an opportunity to even the odds in our favour.
Kind of a enemy of my enemy is my lesser enemy.
Look, I have no doubt that this group, we can take this group, get this job done. It's clear we all want to get out of here as well, preferably alive. Now, I'm all for waiting for high tide and getting the jump on this bitch and their hounds. But if you'd rather see if we can get some more under our... get that extra little bit of help we need.
I don't know if we can trust anyone on this island.
Then when we're done, we kill them. Or they will die in the battle.
I vote for cutting the head off the snake and working our way down. As much as I hate the water, gives us an advantage.
So you like high tide? Is that what
Indeed.
you're saying, Vilfin?
For sure. Gives us an advantage.
What do you think, Conrad? Because seems to be up your alley as well.
Which snake are we talking, though? Are we talking the dwarf, or are we talking this mad woman?
Seems
The
like
mad
Mad Woman is in charge at the moment.
That's probably our best bet then. Take out the mad woman and work our way down.
Okay.
Which means we're gonna need to be a little bit more stealthy. And Nate, you make a lot of noise, but in a good way.
Sonora's gonna come up out of the water and go, "Told you I should have kept past without a trace."
High tide, you know.
We're going at,
Oh.
so what are we doing? We going at high tide or we going through the ranks?
We've got 3. Myself, Vilfin, and Conrad believe high tide's the best bet.
I agree. We've got the advantage of water breathing, so I think that's probably our best bet.
My only concern would be if we have time to wait.
I was just going to get to that. You know it is dusk now. It is now past 8 by the time you're done talking with the hags and stuff. And the next tide would be at either 2 a.m. or 8 a.m. is the low tide, so
We've
you have
been
some
late
time.
before and it has cost us.
You can either have a rest somewhere safe, or you can go now. So that pops up in your heads right now.
I guess that's a decision that needs to be made. Do we wait for the tide or do we push on?
I don't want to. I want to go high tide, but I can't wait. If it's going to be at 2 a.m., that's six hours.
Fine. We'll go now.
All right.
Alright.
It's going. You know, you have to go back down where the crew is waiting. Probably your crew now. So you'd have to go back down and around. Do you want me to move you? Or do you want to all
Yeah.
move? Okay.
Yeah, you
No. Yeah, I just move us all in one. Make it easier.
Let's see if I can do it. Whoop. Come on. Alright, so as you guys around, you see the cliff sides. Christophin, you don't need to be here. You drag the body in your rage of Christophin. You're coming with us. You're going to see every bit of it. Conrad, all of you make a perception check to see if you see this alarm.
Was that everyone or just Connor?
Everyone. It'd be a perception.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Everyone's. Alright, Zenora sees it.
That one.
Okay. I think as long as one of you see it, you can tell the others.
Yeah, Vilfin's hanging at the back with the 5.
All right.
17.
17? Alright. Conrad, you see this same thing that you have disactivated before. It's further along the beach at this opening. In the cave.
Sonora, having seen it, will say to Conrad, "You good to do that again?" And she'll give him guidance if he needs it.
Well, I'm not going to say no to guidance, so yes. Sleight of hand in DM?
Yes.
What's guidance do for me?
Oh,
D4.
no.
D4.
A D4.
Yeah, it's the same as Bless, but it's a one-off.
Okay, so that would be a 22.
Yeah, why you didn't need it? Why are you acting like you did? All right.
Because it's more fun making everyone think that I needed it.
This alarm gets disarmed relatively quickly. I'm going to stick you guys in front of here because there's different paths you can take. Some of the darker brown is obviously the part that would be raised up at high tide. There are stairs here and there up, so it's up to your guys' decision to go where you go.
So Nora's gonna pick up the eyeglass and go as long as she can with the eyeglass each side the spyglass.
Okay, so let me move you like a little further, even though you're not moving further.
Yeah.
You're just gonna look. Now you see this water at the edge. You see steps on the side here, and I'll put you back. And you see steps going up. You see a path to the right. You see like almost 3 pathways you can take.
Okay. We got 3 pathways. One goes up. One is to the left, and one is right ahead. I don't know which way to go. And you said at high tide, one of them would have been covered.
I can't see from where I'm at, but possibly yes.
So
we would realise.
logically thinking, Nate's going right. If we got 6 hours before the next tide, and that's going to cover any of the ground to get us there, he's thinking to take the most possible direct route rather than try and double back in case we actually do get caught by high tide. So would that be this one up here?
You do see steps up there. I'm just going off what Xenora sees. So she told you there would be steps up there. It seems to you that that's leading to, I mean, common sense, you know. So you're probably thinking, well, maybe that way. Be closer to the boss.
Do you want me to go over a quick look-see?
Yes, go for it.
Just to see what I can see.
Turn the map off because I don't want chat to see. You guys see. Okay, go for it. Vilfin.
So,
I suggest you go up the stairs because at least you're going to get a decent.
Vilfin's going to very quietly go to the base of the stairs first, sort of very cautiously watching both paths as he heads that way, just to see what he can see.
And Sonora would have given him guidance as he walked past.
No worries. So, do you want a stealth check, DM?
Yes, I do.
Stealth check. That is bad. That is really, really bad. Oh shit!
Is it a nat one?
It's not a nat one. It's 9. I rolled really low.
Did you roll your D4?
That was with the D4.
Oh bloody hell!
So he goes as far as he knows. He's stealthy.
Stealthy, and then an audible fart lets out. He couldn't hold it. He's made a big noise. He's probably stopping.
Fuck up.
And you can keep going. Where do you want to go?
He'll go to where he is now, to the corner at first, and stop there and just sort of see what he can see in each direction. Whether these stairs look like the best bet from where he is.
Pretty much what you see on what you can see with your token is what you see. You see the stairs go winding up a little bit more.
So I do see that light.
Yeah, you see that light hovering, torchlight.
So with that, he would come back slowly back to Xenothor and say, I can see a torchlight top of the stairs there. I think that's the safest bet for civilization.
All right. And then let's go have a look then.
After you.
Since I'm the noisy one.
Someone's better. Okay. Sorry.
A couple of you guys go in front.
It appears I'm a little bit noisy today. I'm sorry.
You're the noisy one, but in a good way.
Gas.
Alright, so Nate will just take the lead then.
Alright.
So where was... So he will just go here, wait for Vilfin.
As you stand there, Xenothor, with your sight, you do see a kind of a thug, kind of a looking guy, pretty heavily armed. He's pacing back and forth, and he's talking.
Where was that? Sorry.
That is in this direction. If you can see the ping. So he's right here.
Oh, down there. Yeah,
Oh, down this way.
You'll see that.
So yeah, so Nate will sort of put up the hold. Will hold up one finger and point in the general direction.
Wilfin already is battle axe and press up against the wall.
And you also see the torchlight up on the other direction up there. So
He actually, and Nate will. Since Conrad and Vilfrin are sort of closest, he's going to whisper, "This guy looks heavily armored."
You're to call. Do we take him out or do we bypass?
Was this the way that you were seeing, where the torchlight is, or was this the one up top?
It was one at the top that I saw.
All right.
And I'd literally point to, that's the torchlight that I saw. I didn't quite go quite as far around the corner here.
So Nate will direct you guys to go up, but he will hold his ground watching the armored guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case he makes a move.
He is
Vilfin would motion to Xenothor at this point that he will hold as well. Just slightly back out of sight. And motion the others to move forward.
Alright. All of you move forward if you want to move forward up the stairs, or do as you will.
Ema is looking at Redlax Shadow because he can literally see jack shit.
Well, with the light coming from ahead, it is going
Zenora
to...
is guiding, one of the last ones and is guiding Ema.
How when you're in a
Ema.
When you're in a cave and there's no light, it's just blackness. But when somebody lights a single light, it lights up the whole cave as it reflects the walls. It's kind of like that. There is a torch up ahead, so you do see that torch as a reference to go to. So, all right.
I got you, Ema, but I can't.
All right.
So,
So as they're moving, Nate puts his paw on Vilfin's shoulder as to say thank you.
Zenora, do you stay behind? Because you're...
And then when everyone is safely up the stairs, he will then motion Vilfin to move.
All right. Up here.
And Vilfin will do so.
All right. You see a kind of a central chamber here where it looks like loot is to be sold, packaged, transported, and resold of the stolen goods. It looks like the cult of Talos was keeping all their supplies here. You'll see one box. They're blatantly labeled. So Conrad's probably got the best view. And then this one is labeled cloth. This is oil. This large one is labeled gold. This one is labeled like luxury goods, things like that.
Yeah, Vilfin will be waiting at the top of the stairs, watching for movement from that particular guard that we saw.
Yeah, so would Nate.
They seem to be staying put, talking.
And when Xenothor sort of motions, he'll move into the room.
Conrad, are you just going ahead?
okay.
Yeah, just slowly scouting the area.
Something has caught Zenora's eye, and she's looking at that.
Is this what you're looking at on my screen?
Yeah.
It is a geyser-like hole that is shimmering. The end of this tunnel. It looks like a dead end.
Does it look like what the hags described as
I mean,
and from what everyone else has said, the blowhole?
yeah, I mean, it's a hole, so it looks like a hole. It is shimmering. That's pretty much all that was really you can say.
Okay. I'll go up to Nate and say, I think I found the water genie thingy me hole thing that what's her name throws things at.
Okay.
And
So,
I'll point to it and just let him know. Just as a reference.
seeing that possibly Conrad's gone off to scout, and with his returns, where do we think we need to go next?
Well,
Or what
Yeah,
did
so-
you...
upstairs, I didn't really see much up the stairs up there. I didn't see much,
Alright.
which is up here. See much, but I did see there's a whole nother room up that way, which I think is our best way to go.
All right.
All right.
All done?
Before you guys move, is there? Are you all done with this room? Everybody?
Did you say this big box next to me is full of gold?
Yeah, this one right here is gold. They're all labeled with what they are.
Is it locked?
You can move it and see. It looks like it's a little bit open. Like, you know how they move the lid and then move it back, but it's crooked.
He's gonna have a look inside, see what he sees inside.
All right,
Considering he can't see anything.
everybody.
Oh, he can just from that light.
All right, so I need. I need you to make an investigation check for me.
And Sonora, seeing the box say luxuries, is going to have a look in it to see in that one because she wants to know if there's a diamond in there or
All
not.
right, so that'd be over here. So you're gonna move over here.
Yep. Sorry, I
I'll
didn't know
move
where
you-
it was.
Yeah, I'll move
Thank
you
you.
there. You got a 14.
Oh, crap, and I closed the window.
Okay. So it looks like a, yeah. And you got Xenothor for yours?
What for a
For your
Investigation?
investigation? Yeah.
5?
Okay.
At this point, Wilfin would speak up, not too loud, but loud enough for everyone to hear. Do we really have time for this? I thought we were on time constraint.
I'm looking for a diamond,
up.
so if one of you
We-
go down.
Hold up.
Don't you snap at me, lady.
Conrad,
We're here
Ema,
to do a job.
Oh,
I need you to make a con
I was
save.
trying to do it quietly, by the way.
make a what save?
Con save. As these runes light up along the lid of this box named gold.
Oh crap!
I need you two to make a con save, please.
Both me
In the
and
dark, it would be at disadvantage, so.
Ema.
Ema and Conrad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
4.
No point me rolling a disadvantage anyway because I roll in that 1, so 7.
Were they within 10 feet of Nate?
Is Nate within 10 feet of Ema? I don't think he is.
Probably not.
Technically, yes.
Roll
If I
a
look at my ruler.
Alright, roll a con save at disadvantage. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
I
Yeah,
said,
don't
are
get
you
the plus
within
4.
10 feet? Because I thought you'd have to take it too. If you're within 10 feet of Ema, you also have to take the con save. But yes, they also get a +4. So what are your rolls?
What I was doing was a
8.
+4.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 2, is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
if you're within 10 feet of Ema, yes.
Con save, was it?
Yeah, a disadvantage. Nora, I think you're good. Oh.
30-20.
A disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Holy shit. Alright. This box explodes with thunderous damage. You will take 43 points of thunder damage. Both of you, as you are blasted by shards of shrapnel, and it is very loud and echoing through the caves. And we're gonna end it there because,
damn.
Yeah. I was like, okay, you guys are moving on. Gold, you say? I was like, oh shit.
Just before we
So
tail,
Nora would have only have stopped because she saw Ema going for the gold and went, oh, well, there's luxuries, maybe a diamond.
Wilson dives in behind the barrel, expecting company after that explosion.
Don't be so reckless. Hey, look, gold.
Oh, which that? Otherwise, we would do another 15 minutes, but I feel like...
We're all going to D.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's alerted, and yeah. Although, you know, they might think it's one of the cultists, so you never know. All right. That was fun. Nice battles. I expected you guys to take a long rest, but you guys are pressing on, so it's going to be really interesting to see what you guys do. I'll leave the area of effect to remind us that you guys just got exploded. We'll go around. We'll do evil first. We'll mix it up.
I haven't really got a single moment from tonight. Actually, I think maybe
Any
just
little fun moments or anything was cool.
just the combat. I mean, I think I enjoyed the combat on even though it sort of, I mean, it went our way as usual at this point, but things can get really hairy very quickly. But the hags, I think, is probably my favorite part.
I also
Just the what were the names, like Auntie something?
Oh yeah, I've
Nana,
got him here. Nana Poctus, Auntie
That's
Unk,
right, yeah.
and Granny Mayuk. I'm like,
It was
great.
what? And of course, the fish moment.
Oh god.
DM trying to come up with a fish voice and coming up with a murloc instead.
It works. It works. I'm so glad the flame skulls didn't have to. That would have hurt.
I was waiting for them. I'm thinking, oh Christ, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
I was like, if you guys don't roll well on these persuasions, I'm going to kill you again. I don't want to, but Xenothor got like a 25 or something. So, all right, Conrad.
Well, actually, a good moment for me was Nate telling me I can go torture someone. I enjoyed that. It's good to be evil. I'm just going to say that.
No, I'm evil. Come on, guys. We've had this discussion before.
You should have just said thank you.
It's good. It's good to be an evil character then.
There we go.
And then, at the same time, even though it fucking hurt, Ema going straight for the gold. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, loot later. Yeah.
Yeah. If things would have gone differently, you would have been warned about that box, but that's high. It was 8d8, so. All right, Zenora.
Nasty.
Probably the hags.
Yeah.
They were fun. I really enjoyed with the hags, and I liked the moment how all three of us were going for the one that was running away. So there was three of us, and I like just barreling through. Hi, I'm not supposed to leave, kind of option. So yeah.
Radillac.
Okay. So I did that thing where I wrote down a few. So I liked how Talos said, Ema said, Talos isn't listening. And I'm like, yeah.
That was badass. I was like,
That
ooh.
was seriously badass.
Ema got a dark side going.
And Vilfin doing that dope monk shit where he knocked the guy off the side and he, you know. jumped off the side, and then Xenora's haggling with the hags. Like,
Haggling.
what's up with you? Like, when's the last time someone sat down and had a chat? Here's an apple, you mixed this bad wine in with it. I'm like, that was really cool.
That's
And the
really-
hags were fun, so.
That's creative.
And Nate yelling at the Christoph,
Ooh,
the yelling, and the singing. That was cool too.
Yeah, I was like... Xenothor.
Sorry, Drax, but calling you out on this one. I find it hilarious that the one character that doesn't understand the value of stuff was the one that's trying to loot.
No, right?
Maybe he's learning from you.
And then looking in the big crate as well as this guy. He's been telling us he's a character that doesn't really understand the value of money or anything like that, and here he is doing all the looting. So I think that's
part of his character, though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
See, before he had his memories back,
That's what I was
he
saying.
wouldn't have done any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I
And
was
so
thinking.
that's all that shit coming out now.
And
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. From the character's point of view,
Yeah,
we don't know that.
I don't think
All
we would
we're seeing a
understand
guy
that,
that's never given a shit about money before, all of a sudden is the one looting and the one that's just gone for the big chest to cause the explosion. It's kind of like, what?
I don't think I told anyone that I had my memory back.
No.
I don't think anyone knows that.
However, I would say, if you want to write down, so you don't forget for next week, you did just hear him say Talos isn't listening, and you've heard him you've seen him go for gold and stuff. You're seeing these little things that are changing on Ima
Wilfen's taking note.
that you
He
haven't noticed
hasn't-
before. So
I don't think Wilfen realizes exactly what's happening,
Yeah.
but he is noticing the changes.
that would be a good conversation piece for. Is
Okay.
anything else, Xenothor, before I go to Ima?
I have to say, Vilfin challenging Nate.
That was good.
Wasn't really a challenge. It was just a.
Bullshit. That was
It
a
was an insight. It was an
that was
insight.
that was a challenge.
There's no way Wilfen would challenge Nate's authority. He's just pointing out at what he's seeing. That's all it was.
All right, and last but not least, Ima.
Wilfen's not dumb enough to do that.
That's Kathy's just raised a good question there. Did anyone else hear them calling?
No.
Ima Draven?
Did any of
Because-
the party members hear
Was
the
Zenora
hag?
did
Zenora
it?
would have.
Or
she was
might
still
have.
there.
Zenora might have.
might have.
And
Right,
she does
may
have high
No
perception.
one else would have, I don't think.
So Zenora, I would say yes. because she's
Sonora
not-
was the last one down there, so she waited for Ema, so Ema could actually get back because he doesn't have dark vision, just in
Exactly,
case.
Yes.
Players, yes. Characters may not be.
There's quite a lot of that sort of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, that's just where we as players have to be very aware of what
Yes.
our characters
Yeah,
know
but-
and don't know. So
We have heard someone call Ema that name before
yes, we have.
in
Yeah.
a fight.
Yes.
In
And,
the
Yeah.
tavern. At
Tavern.
the tavern.
And Sonora does know that his name's Draven. She's actually spoke to him about it.
All right.
So, or past name. So so that wouldn't be a surprise for her to hear.
I think it'd be a surprise if the hags said it without being prompted, though.
It was a surprise for
That-
me.
that
I made a
probably would've been-
roll.
yeah.
And I made
Yeah.
a roll. It was a nat 20. I was like, yep, they know him.
It's funny because it's like if he's gained his memory back, maybe he wouldn't have gone for the box marked gold. He might have known that would be stupidly enough, but in general,
Honestly, if I
Anyway.
saw a box marked gold, I'd go for it. I mean,
I mean, normally the dwarf would too, but
is that all for you,
Okay.
Ema? Or did you have some more?
I haven't actually
Yeah,
started.
I know. I was just being
Um,
nice. I was like, he doesn't have any. Okay.
Yet. There's basically the whole first battle. Basically, Mina charging in and going, "Yep, fuck it, I'm gonna kill you all." Radalax saying, "I see what you did there, but watch how I can do this
That was
reckless
so
attack
funny. I
and
love
charging
it.
in
yeah,
recklessly."
that was pretty
That was good.
The bad guy basically saying, "Guys, we should stop," and then having a nat 20 and attacking anyway.
cool.
I mean, yeah.
Grin saying, hey, look, it's just sea lion. When Xenora was in the water, that cracked me up. And magic's intimidation.
Yes.
I was just like, yeah, I'm scared. Yeah.
Oof.
And Magic saying, since I'm the noisy one.
It would be wise not to piss off Xenothor at this moment in time for him. I just think that would be very bad right about now. My favorites, I have so many favorites. Most of you done them. I loved the creativeness of your fighting, like attacking and taking opportunity attacks to kill that guy. And the jumping off the boat onto the people, and we had to figure out damage. That was pretty cool, though. And the walking farts. Vilfin having the walking farts. I was like, well, how would he make a noise? I know.
High fiber diet. Come on.
He's a dwarf. Of course he would.
He drinks a lot.
He drinks a
High-fiber
lot.
diet.
Of course he would fart. So I thought that might wake people. I'm like, nah, they're fine. And then they're like, oh, hey, go. I was like, yeah, this is going to wake people. So join us next Friday. I didn't know how far you guys are getting for our Stormlord's Wrath. I have a lot of great ideas planned for it. And then you guys got to figure out how to get off the island if you make it through. So expect lots of battling probably. And some RPs.
We got rowboats. We're good.
Gonna row all the way back to Leyland. Fuck it. Build a ship like the Lego movie. Let's build stuff.
Yeah. Lash them together. We got the boat on the beach. We're good.
Right.
Yeah, fix the boat on the beach and then use the slaves that we're about to generate to roll us back.
You can regenerate. Okay. We're gonna raid.
Seems legit.
Thank you guys again for coming, and you'll see us on YouTube. And take us out with a song, Magic.